what I'd like to do here today is I just want to reset the underground worm feast. I put this one in a long time ago, but I haven't really done much to it at all, so I've just kind of neglected it a little bit. There's nothing much in there at all. I'm pretty sure that is an avocado seed and sprouted into a nice little tree. But I'm going to fill this up with some cardboard and some straw as well, and a little bit of mushroom compost. I'm going to fill it right up the top, and all the worms that are in the bottom can sort of come back in there, and I can gather them all up if I want to, or just let them disperse through this little garden and make a nice little habitat for them. So in the meantime, I'm going to just put in a little bit of cow manure. Just break that up. Mix in some straw. This is quite dry, so I'll make up a bucket of water for that. While that egg carton is soaking, I might just put some handfuls of straw in here as well. So I'll break it all up together and tear all that cardboard up. So while that's all soaking, I'll just come over here. I notice that this bin has just got all the worms. Lots of worms are gathered up on top. So it looks like it's quite warm in there. So obviously they're all maybe trying to get out, but they can quite easily get out down the bottom as well. Maybe it's just nice up there. It's a bit of a cool day today as well, so you wouldn't believe it. Middle of summer, well, not quite the middle of summer, but nearly a month into summer, so had some quite hot days, and then you get a lovely cool day. And I keep this branch over here as well, just to add that little bit extra shade to it. So we do have a few slugs and that in there. But this one is, so we've got, quite a number of worms there. I'll just bring you guys in a little bit more. So this one has shrunk right down now. It's probably, I'd say, a third full now. Well, in actual fact, just feeling this compost, it probably just needs a little bit more water. So what I'll do is the rest of the water from what I'm doing over at the other worm farm is I'll tip it in here. All the worms are just coming up the side here, I'd assume now, just to get a little bit more extra moisture. And then I can reuse this water as well, and I can pop some more into the garden beds. So I've got my DJI mic on today, so it's quite a windy day today, so hopefully it's all coming through nice and clear without too much, or no wind, hopefully. I'll just give this a bit of a stir up. Just chuck those out for now. Just incorporate everything in together. It doesn't matter if these are not separated too much in this particular worm bin, but I'm going to try and fill that one right up and breed up a good amount of worms in that bin as well. Lots of different types of bedding in here, and also their food source, so they will love that. So I'll just bring you guys over here. Just move out my frangipani. So that is, it's my avocado. I've tried growing these continuously putting it in a pot and that, but yeah, I don't think you get really any avocados from a self-sown seed for many, many years, I'm told. So I don't I've tried and I don't really waste my time on it anymore. So it really doesn't take long to do a little job like this. I'll just try and put it in sort of layers if I can. I'm sure they're going to be very happy with their new home, new refurbished home. I won't compact it down, I'll just loosely put all that in there. I think this is going to be a good amount for them actually. So I'll just pour the rest of that water in here just to really make that nice for them. Probably looks a lot, but that'll soak right into it. And it's soaking right down now. Any excess will just run out of the bottom anyway. So this one is my other, just move those branches out of the way. This is my second compost bin I've got going. So, because this one's, I'm really waiting for this one to finish off. I'm starting a new one there, so bits and pieces from the garden. So what I might do is those worms that I just grabbed out of the other bin, the compost bin, I'll put into this worm feast here. So I'll have plenty of room, nice little ball there. No slugs allowed. Make your own way. So I'll just get those and pop them in there. There's another slug. So they'll feed up and breed up in there. And another new population. I never have to worry about my worms because they just breed up or make their way around the garden when they're free range like this. So I know that they'll, as long as there's, they're not, the bins aren't dry, like super dry, I'll know that they'll be okay because they always seem to make their way to some organic matter breaking down. There's lots of tiny little baby worms on here, if you can see those ones. So obviously, coming out of that bin, it's a nice little environment for them. Some tiny ones there. Yeah, scoop those out gently. So now I will put the lid back on and I'll just leave them in peace. I'll check on them again, as we always like to do in a couple of days, make sure everything's all good in there when you reset a new bin, just to make sure, yes, nothing's wrong with it. And then check on it, I don't know, every few days. You can leave them up to a week if you know that the bin is all set, enough moisture, enough food source in there, whether it's the bedding or food that you put in there. I thought we'll just have a look in the hungry bin since I reset it. And, well, looks like we've got some things growing in here out of the straw. I'm pretty sure it's like barley straw, so I've got some barley growing. But anyway, it's good to see that the worms have moved up, and also they've moved up onto the lid as well. So good to see they're more active, because they were right down the bottom of the bin. And I'll just put one of my gloves on and we'll just have a little bit of a closer look in there just to see how many more have all moved up in here. Because they really love straw and cardboard. But they've got plenty to eat in here. There's a nice little pile there, just chomping away. And also this is mushroom compost in here as well. So I'll just, quite often seeds just sprout in your bin. They'll just kind of get really leggy. I guess if you planted them, they will grow into a plant, whether it's a cucumber or pumpkin. Yeah, so anyway, so it's got about a moisture in there. It's always really good to check on your bin and just make sure that's just a little drip of water there. That's just a nice consistency in there, so they're really got plenty of room to move and plenty of food to eat in there.